Let's get ready to fail.
Wine time.
We're not as organized.
Am I rapping again?
You never rapped.
Oil! Stop eating.
Today, we're making
Lo Mai Gai.
Lo Mai Gai, which is, oh, what is it?
It's glutinous rice wrapped with lotus leaf.
Yeah, with some fillings inside.
A very classic dim sum with very humble origins. Today we're doing a few variations.
This is our first time making it, ever.
It's my first time making glutinous rice in general.
Let's get ready to fail.
First, we soak everything
that we need to soak.
So, Shaulan, tell us, what are we doing?
We've got an undefined amount of rice. It doesn't really matter for this because we're just soaking it. No, because we're not cooking it in a specific amount of water or anything. And then we're steaming it, but that's okay.
Yeah, actually.
We'll use the finger method because the amount of water that rice will absorb will hopefully be...
I think we steam it without water.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Rice specialist, Shaulan, everyone.
So, our rice is soaking.
For about 2 hours.
And then we're going to soak some shiitake.
That's actually a classic, I think. That's been in the recipe from the get-go. And straight from Hokkaido. This took...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 40 days.
We're just going to use 2 of them because they're quite powerful.
Very overpowering.
And some prawns. Shrimp.
This is a must, I think, for Lo Mai Gai as well. And these will rinse them quite a few times because they cloud the water quite quickly.
I can imagine. Soaking stuff, done.
What's next?
Oh, we're making dashi.
Yes, I've been informed yesterday by Chef Wong that this dish, with the humble beginning being a way to get rid of all the scrap meats, restaurants would add leftover char siu to it back in the day. So today,
we're gonna make char siu out of Iberico pork.
Yes.
Which seems so wasteful.
And this will not be authentic char siu. We're just gonna mix.
Mainly because it won't be bright red in color.
But red doesn't add any taste anyway. So we have a very lazy marinade, some honey to give it a bit of sweetness and to encourage the Maillard reaction through the sugar content. Some
dark soy and light soy.
Some light soy.
Light soy is the
light
one with more quantity in it.
And we're just gonna mix everything together, put this in the oven. Iberico color is extremely forgiving anyway, so we'll just cook it until it's golden or burnt.
Yeah,
or both.
Not 100% burnt though.
How much honey though?
Maybe
like
2.
A good spoon?
Do you think? I think
more.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because we've got
the soy sauce burn as well.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's enough.
Yeah, or not. Okay.
A little bit more.
Well, this is a really good honey. The thickness is
definitely not sugar syrup.
Now we do, well, doesn't matter which order. So dark soy, light soy.
Yep.
Dark soy.
That much?
Yes.
I don't think we need more than that.
And now, the light soy.
I think that's enough of that.
Dude, I'm wearing a white t-shirt. Why are you doing that? No, I'm fine, I'm fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's good. Kind of homogeneous.
Not really. If we put the pork in there, it will sort of like...
Yeah, now we're good. All right, this is Iberico pork collar, which is between the neck and the shoulder, I think.
Yep.
Honestly, it's my favorite part of the Iberico pork, actually. It's the cheapest as well, compared to the famous cuts like the Pressa, the Pluma, but it's the most forgiving. You can cook it fully. It has an amazing amount of connective tissue. Once you give it a bit of time, it would melt into extremely tasty collagen. Now, so this is kind of ready. Roasting tray. And now, with most roast, I like to just grab some tin foil and make
a tinfoil hat.
Make a stand to elevate it a bit, just to prevent the tray from steaming the char siu.
It's actually a good hack.
Very good hack.
I'd probably use like a cup or something.
If it's oven proof now, just very carefully, let me mix it again, just to have the other side coated more.
We marinated that overnight, didn't we?
Yeah.
Definitely did.
Go towards the elevated side, boom, and we'll brush it mid-cooking.
Is it actually any better if we marinated it overnight?
Yes, because the salt from the soy would break down the protein fibers. It's a good habit in general. Now this goes into a preheated oven at 220 for, I think, a total of 40 minutes. We'll flip it once and brush it with the marinade.
Next up is a shallot oil.
We have a shallot.
We have a knife.
We have a knife.
Wow, that's way too formal.
But we do not have oil.
But we've already failed.
10 minutes till wine.
Evan, why do you do this to me? You know, it's 2 o'clock somewhere. Why 2 as well? Why not 1-2, which is 12?
Well, then I will have to stop drinking earlier the night before.
What time did you stop drinking last night?
Midnight. To give this at least 14 hours to rest.
It's been at least 14 minutes.
So thinly sliced shallots, stove on.
For an oil, you basically want as much surface area as possible. So we've thinly sliced them. As we're only making an oil, we haven't taken the root off and we haven't actually cleaned it properly.
Yet.
Do you want to pour the oil in?
Yeah, I want this to be hot before I pour because it's not a non-stick. Apparently, hot pan cold oil is less sticky. Not sure what it is.
I've learned something there.
Not sure if it's true. Google that. ChatGPT that or
I feel like ChatGPT is too... Google it, it's quicker, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
There needs to be an AI that has a phrase that's like Google it.
Yeah, GPT, too far. Yeah.
Yeah.
AI, no.
No.
Google, it's more powerful.
It's just a singular word.
All right, hot saucepan, neutral oil, in this case vegetable oil, be very generous.
In with the shallots.
Do we season?
No, there's no, the oil doesn't take on salt. If we were using the shallots, then you could season the shallots to have a seasoned product, but salt and oil are not soluble together.
I think that's enough.
Yeah. Do you have cooking chopsticks?
No.
So, what we've learned today is that Evan actually isn't Asian.
Unfortunately.
Even
So,
I have cooking chopsticks.
the long ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted one.
They're so cheap. If you are Evan's mum, then
You can use a pair of tongs.
then I suggest beating him with an iron ladle.
All right, medium-low heat.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just leave it aside until it's infused.
Yeah. So when making an infused oil, you always heat up the oil and then the vegetable goes into the hot oil until it's cooked, sort of slightly browning, and then you leave it to infuse on a very, very mild heat so that it doesn't burn.
Now, we put the chicken in the glutinous rice chicken. So, today we thought for fun, we'll do a few variations. Chicken wings, full of collagen, so that's gonna be extremely juicy. And we'll first cook the wings, then we'll bone them out. And
that will impart the flavor from the bones into the wings, so it essentially got a chicken stock.
And just for fun, I've always wanted to do this. We're gonna actually wrap the glutinous rice with the fillings inside the baby chicken and then inside the lotus leaf to see.
And who knows what will happen.
Exactly. And we have the customary Chinese sausage, which we'll just steam, I think, before wrapping. So, to cook the chicken, what do we
Oil.
do? Yes. Hot wok, medium-high heat.
With your soaking ingredients, first water and sometimes the second and third waters are quite distasteful flavors. So it's nice to refresh the water, especially in the prawns and also in the shiitake. So refreshed water into the prawns and then
wok?
seasoning the oil. Seasoning the wok
You just want to oil the wok sufficiently.
with quite a lot of oil.
For it to smoke a bit so that it's not sticking too much. Once that's done, you want to pour out the excess and chicken goes in. Thank you, so that I don't have to wash my hands. Maybe this one goes in later because this one, if it sticks, it's gonna be...
I think that we don't actually need to cook that one. I think it just steams.
But it needs to take on the flavor from the sauce. So I think once we added all that, this just goes on top.
Yeah.
Well, the seasoning worked pretty well. Kind of non-stick.
Yeah, it should be. It's cast iron and cooking chicken, cooking chicken, cooking chicken.
Wine time. Let's have a look. I think decent caramelization. I'm not making buffalo wings.
I call that good.
Brown the other.
This is why you need chopsticks, because you can do it
Yeah,
individually.
I know. Well, we can use this regular chopsticks.
Because the other two need flipping.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Okay, didn't see that. That's why you have two people. And then we just deglass. Ooh. So now that we have a bit of good caramelization, Maillard reaction, protein, fat, high heat, meat tasting meaty, we first deglass the pan with
Shaulan wine. That was quite a lot, wasn't it? That's okay, we're alcoholics. Actually, we got asked a question of what wine does it, or what alcohol does in Asian food. So Asian alcohols generally don't have quite the flavor characteristics of Western wines.
Especially the acidity.
It's actually got quite a lot of umami, especially Japanese sake, but as well Shaulan wine. It's actually to remove some of the smell from the ingredients though, so it's quite an important part of Asian cooking.
So now, light soy sauce.
More?
More, I think we add all of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be salty.
That's our seasoning though. The rice is not going to be that flavorful, so this almost needs to overcompensate a bit.
And then
Dark soy.
Just a touch of that or a lot?
A lot, for color. Dark soy is actually not that salty. It's more...
No, that's the same with Japanese.
Has a bit more sweetness.
So if you have a white soy sauce in Japan, it's generally got a lot higher salt content. And that's why I'm not such a fan of kikkoman, is because the salt content is right up there at 17, 18% or something.
While this is reducing, we are going to flip the char siu. Oh, oyster sauce. Sorry, I forgot. The badass thing would be to add the soy sauce here and do that really camera-friendly thing, but we missed out. So oyster sauce in a teaspoon.
We're not as organized as that.
Oyster sauce with a teaspoon. We're gonna even cut that out, I think.
We were thinking about flipping the char siu, mainly so that we can drink wine.
Now it's gonna really smoke a bit. Gonna smoke a bit, I think.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Shaulan's face. I think that's looking pretty good. I would even burn it a bit more. What do you think?
I think add the other part of the sauce, flip it, and then the other side, because it will keep cooking.
Verdict?
Not bad, actually.
Bit sticky on one side. I didn't think I should have oiled the rack. Oh, flipper. So, I think just add more.
We did say we'd brush it, but brush it with a spoon.
We can even baste it later for the smokiness. Now, this goes back in. Now, this whole boned out chicken will go in just to take on a bit of color, and then we'll add the water.
That's soy sauce color, not frying Maillard reaction color, by the way.
We'll let it cook a little bit. If you want to see how to bone out a chicken like that, click here.
You sure it's there? It's not there?
It's top left. Here.
If you want to invest in some cooking chopsticks forever,
Decent.
then click here. Then click the like and subscribe button.
Oh, apparently this new YouTube function, when you say subscribe, the subscribe button actually lights up. I wonder if it works. Subscribe.
Unless it's not here and it's here or here.
Now, we cover it with just enough water.
Bit more? Just a bit more.
Because we don't have a lid, so it's going to evaporate. And we simmer this at medium-low heat for about 30 minutes, just enough time for the connective tissue to break down into collagen and to cook through the whole chicken. And once the dry ingredients are ready, we'll add them. So
let that cook over there.
So the rice has been soaking for 2 hours.
And this one was soaked for about 12 hours.
Just A/B testing.
And we're actually going to do part of this steamed and the other part raw, just to see what happens.
And we have all our dry ingredients rehydrated. We have the chicken. The chicken's cooked.
We've also changed the water in the shiitake. We've changed the water in the prawns, and we've brought in some morels that you didn't see, just to see what happens. We're going to try like a premium version and regular version and a couple of other versions as well.
Shallot oil, also perfectly infused. And now we steam some rice.
So we've got our 2 hours soaked rice here.
Big tray, small tray.
We're going to
This is the regular.
This is the regular.
2 hours, so we put everything there.
Take as much. Do a little dance while you're draining the water. Take as much of the residual water out because we're putting it into a steam oven to steam.
And just because we're steaming and to impart a bit more flavors, we're gonna put the Chinese sausage in the middle and 2 salted duck eggs. Done.
Should have made it into a cock and balls.
We should not. We're gonna do half.
Evan is not a child, yeah? He is a true professional.
Half of this just to see what happens. I feel like we're gonna end up with mochi in this version, just by touching it.
It's so fragile.
You know, like when you
this is not fragile.
Soak beans for too long before cooking.
Comparatively, this is not fragile and this is quite
I think
fragile.
there's a reason why they soak rice for 2 hours. I can literally break it. But we'll see anyway.
I mean, this you can break, but it's a lot more...
Otherwise, come back next week for our mochi ice cream recipe. Well, we steam. So, 30 minutes. Now we cook our dry ingredients.
Gonna start by chopping some mushrooms. So we want these minced, essentially.
I think not minced, but diced. So like maybe quarter. I think we quartered them. You still want to detect them.
I think, yeah, texture of mushroom is nice.
We're just gonna heat up the pan while Shaulan's doing that.
What we could do, I've never made a Wellington ever in my life, but if we wrapped the char siu in a duxelle of rehydrated shiitake
Oh, that'd be so much better.
and chicken mince, and then wrapped that in mochi rice.
That would be like a glutinous. Oh my god.
So we're doing a...
Can we bake it at the end so we have crispy rice on the outside?
And then we wrap that in pastry. And then we wrap that in pastry and we see what a... Oh no, because we can't impart.
No.
We steam the rice in
Yeah,
the
the
lotus leaf.
Yeah.
And then we
But you
roll
don't even
that
need the
out.
puff pastry then. After you steam the rice, I think you just like go straight to the oven because the rice is gonna have a crust.
But it won't be as nice a crust.
No, of course not.
So the rice is the...
The duxelle-ish.
No, because you use a crepe as well.
Yeah, for the moisture barrier.
So the rice becomes the crepe.
We'll recycle the vegetable oil.
So we live in England where we've been taught English and they're called spring onions. So I dice it ready to go in, but we don't put it in yet.
Maybe we keep the dashi
I think that we add that.
to the glass.
To me, this is already small.
Ah, but you want them like to literally disintegrate-ish.
Got it. And why is that?
Because it forms the base, not the...
It makes a sauce.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Lose that dashi.
This one, yes. This one will kill anyone.
How diced do we want this?
Like crumbled.
Not puree.
Oh, the smell is so nice.
So the reason why we lose the first water from a lot of dried ingredients is because it tastes really quite oxidized and bad smelly.
I think that's good. Because we cook them out a bit as well.
Inside.
Yeah.
Dried scallops go in.
You just crumble them. You don't even need to chop them.
Okay.
Yeah, they take a while. Nice. Yeah, instead of adding water, we can just have a cocktail of dashi.
Do we want to add the scallop one?
No. Well, maybe the smallest dash,
Yeah.
but it's gonna...
It'll be overpowering. Oh no, I saw a hack of how to cut spring onions.
Yeah. Do you want
What
to
was
demonstrate? The diamond cut, just like how you score, but I can't believe you didn't watch it on my channel.
No, that's where I watched
Yeah.
it. I've never thought of that because I've probably not cut enough spring onions in there. Same cut as the bloody
Basically
squid.
the squid, but then
Yeah.
you don't cut through it, and then the third time you go through. It's fun as well. Nice. Crumble these.
No, that's genius. That's a work of absolute...
Oh, pretty good. Oh, we need the soy sauce.
Oh, we've run out of light soy sauce, by the way. Well, we haven't run out. There's
Oh,
more
okay,
in the...
just from the...
Yeah. Thank you, Evan, for teaching me how to cut spring onions.
All right, I think they can go. Beautiful.
No, that was actually genius.
It's fun as well.
Never thought of that. Why have I never thought of that? Like, I'm a little bit angry at myself.
You do that with
I
squid
do that
anyway.
with squid.
So now, as you can see, there's not much steam coming out because they were rehydrated ingredients. So they're ready. We're gonna add a dash of Shaoxing wine.
Again, this is to remove the smell from the seafood products.
And we cook this until you can't smell the alcohol anymore. Beautiful. And now, the clean, beautiful soaking liquid will not go to waste. So this is a bit of a shiitake,
Morel, this one.
a morel dashi.
And we're just going to add it and then reduce it right down until it's fairly dry again. And then
For
we'll use a tiny bit
The
of the
smallest
scallop.
dash, just because it's overpowering.
And then we've got this beautiful chicken soy sauce.
Which also has a lot of collagen by
It
now.
has a lot of collagen and a lot of chicken fat. And to season our mushrooms, we're going to use that instead of adding fresh soy sauce.
And now, Shaulan is gonna demonstrate. How do you bone out your chicken wings?
Do you need a board when you go to KFC and eat chicken wings?
No, but I bone it out in my mouth. I hope that's not what you're gonna do now.
There's a better way of doing it. Maybe not a better way.
A more camera-friendly way.
Okay, so deboning a chicken wing, you twist the chicken and then you have two separate bones. Come out very easily. Twist the chicken to separate the bones from each other. Twist the bones to separate it from the meat. Pull the bone out.
Problem is, you can't drink while you're doing that.
No, that is the problem. But
Ooh.
it does make eating KFC a lot easier.
Yeah.
Sorry, not KFC. Does it make eating chicken wings a lot easier? We're not supporting KFC.
This is beautiful.
Unless they pay us a lot of money.
Almost want to, once the stove is off, I want to add them in just to soak up a bit of the
Yep.
goodness.
But mushrooms can't overcook. They're not a
No,
vegetable.
yeah, they're not gonna
So,
disintegrate. Yeah.
then they can't overcook.
Yeah.
So you can add them actually.
Okay, that's done. We reduce this and then we wait till, well, we might as well carve
Yeah.
the char siu and
Yeah.
put them next to it. But
More wine, please.
this is a white grenache. Oh no, this is not the white grenache, sorry. We drank the white grenache. Oh, look
This
at
is
this.
definitely an orange, no, a yellow muscat. Cheers.
Cheers. Look at this color, my god. I almost feel like it's ready because I want it a bit saucy, maybe half a minute more. Oh, that's the right taste. I think it's the power of the shrimp and the,
Well, that's brilliant.
I think we flip it off because it's gonna dry. Oh, this is gonna be so good.
How are we slicing this? Like straight down
Yeah,
or on a bias?
I think on the bias, it doesn't really matter though.
That looks like char siu.
These ones almost a bit too generous. Maybe we cut them in half in the middle. Oh, this is so ready. My god.
I think that's all the fat that's congealing and
Yeah.
collagen. that's
Collagen.
just-
I mean, there's a whole pisan in there. And then the Chinese sausage we slice, we put there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have our steamed rice, both kinds. Our Chinese sausage.
Probably imported a bit of flavor on the rice too. Salted
and
duck
our
eggs.
salted duck egg. We're going to let it cool under cold water, and then we're going to mix the rice with some of our shallot oil. How much?
Oh, you're the rice specialist. I think start
I'm
with
not the oil specialist.
Maybe start with that. And we're gonna add a bit of salted water to that rice specialist.
How much?
Looks good, looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I've not done this before. It's
No, same. So
mixing.
if we've not done a good job of this, please write to us at... What's your address, Adam? You don't want fan mail?
At W2 Kitchen. Looks good though, I think.
I mean, that would be far too easier email address, wouldn't it?
Almost, I feel like it needs a bit more water.
Yeah?
No, you tell me. You're the rice specialist.
I don't know.
quite-
It's actually quite
Quite dry.
difficult in comparison to what I'm used to, yeah. Compared to sushi rice, it's definitely not what I call easy.
I think a bit more. That's why they
Yeah.
mix the liquid. Because I feel like the end product will be dry if we steam it like this. See, the yolk becomes so like oily and runny.
Yeah.
It's hard to handle even. But back in the day, like people would eat a bowl of rice with just one egg. Okay, just take the yolk out. Look at this. Look at the oil though.
The texture is so weird.
Yeah. Okay, I think we assemble. So
Yep.
with the lotus leaves, dried lotus leaves.
Slightly rehydrated. Lotus.
Slightly, yeah. We tried in a bathtub.
Actually, it was a shower.
So there's always the smooth side and the rough side. Now, even though the rough side is more flavorsome, the glutinous rice will stick to it. So what most Chinese restaurants do is that they stack two together, so you have the smooth side on both the out and the inside.
But didn't Chef Wong say that the underside
Is
the
more
flavor?
flavorsome, but you can only do it with fried rice, not with glutinous rice. So, rice specialist, do you
I know, don't we have to...
oil it first? Yes.
Yeah.
As you can see, we've not done this before.
This is literally our first time, yeah.
Wow, it takes on quite a bit of oil. I almost want a bit more, just in case, because we'll fold this on top. Here, hit me.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Well, now that I have oily hands, I might as well not wait for the white rice specialist.
Where did this...
Check the article. I don't know
Yeah.
what. Yeah.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. Do you think that's big enough, like this?
Like, definitely.
Well, I know traditionally it's much bigger. And nowadays, if you go to restaurants, it's half the size. I think this is good, huh?
I think that's definitely good.
Now, first the wet ingredients. Are we doing the morel or not morel?
Let's do the morel.
Basically a layer like this, but also more. All three?
I think so. There's a shiitake. Do you want 3 shiitake?
Yeah, but I
Three's
need a
good
bit of
number,
the
isn't it?
liquidy, good liquidy bottom. 1 Iberico pork char siu, 1 chicken, 1 Chinese sausage.
Why so stingy?
Recreating the real half or full?
Just break it up using your hands, isn't it?
No, there's a joy of
Okay,
discovering
yeah.
it. Okay, I think this is the luxury one anyway, right?
Yeah.
I'm worried I'm gonna use all the rice.
Because you made a huge one.
They're supposed to be huge.
Yeah, but it's dim sum now.
Yeah, but that's the fake version. The real deal is supposed to be very big.
Yeah, but it's lunch, not dinner.
Sushi specialist, do you want to wrap this?
We're just really guessing how to do this.
No. You do it like if you're doing a, what is that thing? The maki thing. So do it lengthwise first.
What, and then you tuck it in after?
Yeah.
No, surely it's like this, and then like this, and then you tuck the last bit, no?
I don't know.
Because that would make sense to me.
Uh-huh.
That's how I wrap fish.
All right, so we have one. That is like authentic
That's the original style.
70s
Yeah.
Hong Kong size.
If
chicken.
you'd like us to do an original sushi video to see what the original size of sushi,
Am I wrapping again?
and you never wrap, you just chuck the
Sorry,
rice
yeah.
on.
Sorry, am I chucking the rice again? Okay, smooth side.
Okay, let's do the chicken one.
Yeah.
Because the chicken one will
This one we don't. Oh, crap. Do we even need to oil? It's chicken skin. Maybe a bit. Just might as well.
that much.
Yeah.
Chicken skin. And we're gonna run out of oil.
Oh,
and that
oh.
would be.
So I don't know. This one we grab a bowl. How do we do it?
I think the legs go that way.
Do you want to do it?
Do you just not want to do it?
No, I don't want to do it.
Do we put anything else on the inside? A little bit of
Oh shit! Yes. I think we put a thin layer and we put a bit of that.
rice,
Yeah, and then we put a bit of that, and then that's it. But we don't put the chicken. We put the char siu though, maybe.
char siu, and a singular piece of sausage.
But a bit of this, we have to, because it's not going to be moist otherwise. Sausage, fat char siu. I don't know how we're gonna wrap this. Okay, you're the sushi specialist. I'm just gonna wash my hands. Yeah, I should have done it with the raw chicken.
If you want to do one in a poisson, next time use a whole raw chicken rather than cooking it.
I thought that would impart some flavors, but yeah, I think that was wrong.
So the next one we're going to try is using the raw soaked rice.
You definitely need this. Okay, I'm being very generous.
This one should take a bit longer to cook. The next one is this one.
Oil!
Wrong side!
Wrong side and oil!
You weren't helping in that, to be fair. It's gonna have the best bloopers.
I know. The blooper is gonna be longer than the actual cooking. Alright, what's the last one?
I think we have enough to do another big one.
Oh, why don't we try this for a change? It looks bigger.
That's what she said.
No, we can't use shit like that!
That's what they them said.
No, it's getting worse. Stop. We're gonna steam them now. Perfect. 20 minutes?
30. And welcome back to WT Kitchen, where we've steamed our Lo Mai Gai. And now we're going to reveal to you the finished product.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Looks good actually. So it's meant to be pale on the outside. It's only when you open it up properly that you're supposed to see the colors. So I think we've done well.
Chef
Very
Wong, are you
decent.
proud of us? In fact, all of our audience are proud of us.
Shall we taste one?
Yeah. I have a feeling it's the last one that we did.
The luxury one. I want to try the
No,
rice.
I don't think it's the first one that we did.
It's not very sticky, so that's good. It has a bit of sauce once you mix. Yeah, Incredible texture.
The texture of the rice is so much better than at the restaurant. Because those ones...
Like significantly better texture.
Yeah. Those ones, the rice is always like
I agree.
a puree.
I think once you get to the middle, I think maybe we're a bit stingy with the sauce. I don't know.
I feel like the sauce is better. But I feel like they do a thick sauce.
Yeah, eat these bits. Mix the whole thing up. Really good.
Like it's really good, but the flavor of the leaf came through really well on that one.
But this is a very good one.
The flavor of the leaf came through really well.
This one I think is the best. Even the amount of oil. Oh, this is chicken. Oh, not bad, huh?
Oh, that's actually quite cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this one was with the
Pisan.
Yeah, I think the wrapping of it is really important.
Yeah.
I think the dried leaves, they need to be rehydrated properly so that they're more malleable and you can wrap them tighter. I think that's where we've failed the most.
We should have soaked them, like real soak.
Yeah.
Oh, that yo. Oh, morel. Oh, this is
I want to try the morel.
Okay.
Dried morel really works.
I feel we needed a lot more of the shiitake prawn mix. Or at least we should have added more liquid to that thing.
I think we should have thickened it up so that it held as well.
Oh, I'm sure they cornstarch that at real Chinese restaurant.
That one's brilliant, actually.
I almost want to do this. I mean, that's pretty cool, I think.
That is pretty cool.
That is really cool. It's like a chicken Roland or whatever that's called. Just look at that. Come on.
That's
quite
pretty
cool.
Definitely we need to taste this one.
I have a feeling it's probably the best.
I have also a feeling it's the least authentic.
Yes, it's not the dish.
So that's a question. Is it the same dish?
It's the best. Somehow it got more lotus leaf flavors. Maybe the chicken's releasing. That one had more, yeah?
That one needs to be steamed for like double the amount of time. It's always there, but it's that one, for me actually, that one's the best. It takes on the flavors the best.
Cheers, mate. That was fun. Well done.
What would you like us to try cooking for the first time next?
Comment. Subscribe. Wait, what is it?
Like.
Subscribe, like, comment.
Like, no, we've done that in the wrong order. Like, comment, subscribe. I think so.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Unless you want to comment, subscribe, like. The other way around.
Yeah, I lost. Cheers.